so she's very squashy. Be honest, I feel so tired this week. I didn't know whether I wanted to do a video, but to be fair, I feel too tired to do it. I've got some work to do, and so while I'm talking to you, I'm doing some work. That's if I can see it. I'm struggling with my eyesight this week. I'm due for another injection shortly, so that's coming up soon. Ooh. The other day I sorted out a curtain in the bedroom that had been put up the wrong way up, or the wrong way down, whichever way you want to put that. So it was starting to hang off the rail, so that was the time to sort it out. So that's been done, and I have put a little footage in the video of me doing that. Hello there. So last year I made a pair of curtains, but when I put them up last year, one curtain had the pattern going upwards and the other curtain had the pattern going downwards, and I thought, I can't be bothered to sort that out now. But it's come to the point where I have to, mainly because the hooks started falling off, and I think that's because the tape has broken somewhere in the middle. It has a piece of loose thread there. See? So I've got some more tape which I can replace that with. But what I've been doing, as you were seeing, was taking the tape off the top and now that will become the hem, a straight switch. So that's what I'm doing today. This week though, I'm talking about colour, and colour on the effects of health. Fatigue is a problem that I quite often have to deal with, and quite often I just gravitate to my blue and green jumper, which I like. It's comfortable, but I thought, you know, I've got to stop that. I've got to try and get some red in my life. So I put some red on, and hopefully that'll give me some brain energy to do this job. Over the years I've had a lot of interest in colour, and I used to do a bit of colour analysis, and I colour analysed myself. And in recent years, because as you get older you lose some of the melanin in your skin and your hair, and I presume your eyes, because my eyes seem to have changed. I tend to have a hazel on blue eye, and with my particular colouring, which is dark versus pale, I'm more of a winter. So I tend to gravitate to bright colours, as you all know. So that is more my season, is the bright winter. I've put a little carousel up of all the different colours that you can use from a bright winter palette. They're scrumptious. That's all I have to say about them. Scrumptious. I'm always attracted to them. So when I'm attracted to them, I know that my body needs them. So that's how I view it anyway. That's my way of dealing with colour. Springtime always makes me think of colour, and this particular top is from the Daffodil and Tulips suit that I made last spring. Well, it reminds me of tulips, and of course the yellow reminds me of the daffodils, and I've actually got a skirt made in that beautiful yellowy daffodil-y colour. Red is usually a good colour for energy. It can also be a colour for a fiery personality, a fiery temperament. For me, it gives me the mental energy. Quite often, in health terms, the colour red is talked about in regards to the hematology, your red blood, the connection between the eyes and what goes on in the body. That is a subject I have looked at in the past, but memory is a bit foggy these days. Hence, I need my red. and meat. My emotional support chicken. Brightly coloured, because that's what a Clary needs. So I don't know what to call her though. I have got a couple of names in mind. Clarabelle for Clary. Egwina, I like that one. Or Jelly Bean, because that's the colour she is, isn't she? She's a jelly bean. So I'm giving her a good squeeze. There you go. I knit her from the famous pattern that's out there on Ravelry. So just go and have a look for the emotional support chicken. Yeah. She's very big, because I actually made her out of a chunky yarn and stuffed her to the gills with polyester fibre stuffing. So she's very squashy. And yeah, there are some times when you need an emotional support chicken. And every now and again, I get the urge to give her a squeeze. There you go. Not only is she squashy, she's colourful. And as I say, we need to colour ourselves brightly sometimes when we're feeling less energetic. Earlier on in the video, I was talking about how we find our seasons. And I've got a couple of old books that I do refer back to, and that is the Colour Me Beautiful original old book. It's well out of date, but it still works in the sense of the colours that we suit or do not suit. And it also talks about colour vitamins. And the psychology power of red, as I was talking to you about earlier on, is an upbeat, confident, assertive, exciting attribute. And sometimes we need to wear those when we want to be seen, or when we want to catch someone's eye, or we want to have an artificial boost of energy when we're tired. Now, I'm wearing blue with a touch of green. I always revert to this jumper because I find this one so comfortable. Probably because of the colour as well, but it just makes me feel comfortable. And blue, dependent on the brightness of it. Well, I've got quite a few bright bits of the blues in here. Is the deepest blue is as if you're in charge, if you're in charge of something. Mid-tone blues are media friendly. So there you go, I'm media friendly. I know a lot of people like this jumper. When I first made it, a lot of people said, I do love that jumper. A lot of people love this one too, so it is media friendly. At the moment, I've been interested in the colour yellow. Yellow has been attracting me. I suppose it's the time of year, and when the daffodils come out, well, they are just spectacular, aren't they? And it's great, particularly to cheer you up on a dreary day like today. It's the colour that children prefer more than any other. Oh, I'm a bit childish at the moment then, am I? What I like about not just this is style. And yes, for my winter wardrobe, or my bright winter wardrobe, So yeah, I find those things interesting, and I've always referred back to that book. Like I say, it's out of date, and I'm sure people will judge me for that, but I don't care. It's what I enjoy going by. But this one is a very interesting book, Nutritional Healing Using Colour. It's by a lady called Susie Chiazzi. If you can get hold of it, it's an old one. When was it published? It was first published in the UK in 1999. So it's not a new book. And I haven't really researched to see if there are any more on the market. So that might be something you will like to look at. But there are many ways of healing with colour. And I am a great believer in aroma, and particularly essential oils. I could talk forever on the subject of essential oils and how much they've helped my health, but there is plenty of that on YouTube, and they can tell you much more and it better than I can. But the scent of colour permeates everything, permeates the air, permeates your body through diffusion and through massage, and there are other methods which are talked about. And because I'm sort of enjoying yellow at the moment, I was looking at the yellow aromas, and one of them was bergamot and the other one was lime, which I'm enjoying. I diffuse them at night when I go to bed, because bergamot is a nerve sedative and an antidepressant, and lime counters a sluggish system. But says promote selfishness. Probably does, because I don't. I'm thinking of myself all the time. And then with my bergamot and my lime, I have a few drops of lavender, which is obviously great for depression, great for sleep, soothing, relaxing, all those things. And that's a violet colour, obviously. But it was interesting that yellow and obviously greens are good for anxiety and things like that. And it's in the yellow, mainly in the yellow colour, aura, as they call it. Yeah, so that's made me think, well, perhaps I need to look at the yellow and what the yellow colour will actually affect. And I'm looking at it and thinking, yes, that's very interesting. I will have to have a read of that. So yeah, that'll be something I can look at. And then it also gives you recipes for yellow foods. And we can all think of yellow foods. I mean, bananas, for instance, yellow peppers. I always think of eggs, because I use eggs quite a bit. Well, they're yellow, aren't they? Sorry, Egwina, but I do like eggs. Yeah, interesting. So I'm going to have a little look through that. But most of all, this is a knitting podcast. And although we've talked about sewing today, we have Egwina, who is our finished object. Recent finished object, because I had to find the rest of the stuffing. And yeah, so that's all from me today. So I hope you enjoyed a little diversion for the holidays, the spring bank holidays, wherever you are in the world. And yeah, just keep knitting. Say bye-bye, Egwina. Click, 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 click.